Hello there, and thanks for joining me. I'm digital artist Aaron Rutten, and in this video I'm going to share some tips for earning a full-time income as an artist on YouTube. So over here on the side you'll notice that there's a pie chart, and this pie chart represents my income for 2016, and it's segmented into a few different pieces that are kind of all grouped together into categories. So I have products, AdSense revenue that I earn through showing ads on YouTube, Patreon, PayPal, sponsorships, which I consider to be any kind of work that's sponsored by a company or a corporation, but not necessarily just sponsored videos. And then I have affiliate earnings, which are commissions that I get for referring products. And as you can see, all of this adds up into a very nice, delicious pie with different flavors, and that allows me to be a full-time artist on YouTube. What you'll notice is that if I just take out that slice for AdSense, that's only a small fraction of the pie, and so you can imagine if I was only relying on AdSense to earn money for my channel, I'd be missing out on all of that other income. So that's why it's important to leverage the monetization possibilities of your channel beyond what you can do with AdSense. So some of you might be surprised to see that AdSense is not the biggest slice of that pie. The biggest slice there, obviously, is products. And what I mean by products are the courses that I sell on Gumroad, different things like PDFs and different educational materials, and then I'm also including Udemy in there. So these are basically all products that I created myself. They're mostly educational and digital art related. They're all digital products, so I don't have to print anything. I just build the file on my computer, upload it to Gumroad, and then people can download it and I get money. I drive people to those products through my YouTube channel, through videos. I'll do promotional videos for particular courses or tutorials, or people will just get to know me on YouTube and know me as an expert and go on my website or look in the descriptions of my videos and see that I offer courses. I'll also advertise courses in cards and annotations that pop up in the video. You'll also notice that the smallest slice there is PayPal, and I didn't really want to group PayPal with Patreon, even though they're both kind of donation-based. Patreon involves a lot more interacting with your community, whereas PayPal is just kind of like a hat that somebody can put a tip in or something. So I'm not making a whole lot of money off of PayPal. I made more in the past, but really the reason why I'm not making much off of it now is because I've really pushed people more towards Patreon because that's just easier to manage, whereas PayPal is actually kind of a nuisance in a way because it's nice to be able to get donations, but you have to keep track of all the PayPal fees per donation. And let's say you're getting like, 20, 30, 40 donations per month. You have to keep track of all those individual items on your taxes. And that can be really tedious versus Patreon just gives you a statement at the end of the year saying how much you made. So it's much easier to input tax-wise. So I've been phasing out PayPal, and so I haven't been making as much off of it. But it is a way to add revenue, and people do still occasionally give me PayPal donations. Now the slice for Patreon is a little bit smaller than it's going to be later in 2017, and I predict this because it wasn't until the middle of 2016 that my Patreon actually kind of took off. I was really stuck at a kind of the certain point for a few years, and then all of a sudden I got about 3 times more patrons in about a month. And so I expect that Patreon is going to be probably the next biggest slice, and it's going to start competing with the product slice for the biggest slice of my income pie. So how did I come up with this pie? Well, basically I'm keeping track of all of my income because I pay taxes, and you should be doing that too if you're a full-time professional artist. And so basically I just put all those values into a pie chart calculator online, and it made a nice pie for me, and then I took it into Illustrator and cleaned it up and made it look pretty. So what's the point in having this pie besides making you hungry? Well, you can look at it and you can see what's working for you and what's not. I can see that products are definitely a good thing, and I'm selling a lot of products, so I do want to keep putting a lot of focus into selling products. But there's a few other slices that are pretty big, and so I want to make sure that I maintain those as well. It also helps me set goals. I can look at this pie and go, okay, well, if I made a little bit more here and a little bit more there, then I could increase my income overall. Now you might be tempted to say, well, why not just do only product sales and cut out some of those other slices? Well, you definitely could do that, and you could put more focus into another slice to make that bigger. But the problem is, I don't think you really want your pie to be just one big slice, because that's kind of like what they say, putting all your eggs in one basket. Let's say for whatever reason people stop buying my courses, then all of a sudden that slice of pie goes from nearly 50% down to, something much smaller, and I'm making much less income. Just as well, I could also put all my focus into Patreon and stop making free YouTube videos and stop making products and funnel everything into Patreon. But again, if Patreon just disappears, then my income disappears as well, and then I have to start fresh with something else. So to me personally, I feel safer and more secure diversifying my income and having income come from all these different places to make up a nice colored pie chart like you see here. And really, I think that's the best thing that you can do if you want to be a full-time artist and a full-time artist on YouTube, especially. You need to have multiple income streams. And so these are really the most effective ones for me. So there you go. That's a look at the income that I earned off of being a full-time artist on YouTube in 2016. I hope this information was helpful to you. If it was, take a quick second to click the like button on this video. And if you're new to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. I have a lot more digital art videos like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.